Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect. Last time we finished the mission on Pharos, and though it a bit glitched out, I'm not sure why. It might be Windows 10 or it might be the high resolution textures mod or something, but it doesn't matter much. However, what we missed is that I got an achievement unlocked, and that was the Turian Ally achievement. Complete the majority of the game with a Turian squad member. The reward is damping and overload recharge time improved by 10%. Not something that we can make use of in this run, but okay. I'm still missing Sentinel Ally and Asari Ally. So I will still have to keep Liara in our group at all times. However, we're now more flexible about Garrus. He is still a very good choice because he's a combination of tech and combat. But we can also take Kaiden, although we won't be able to reach this achievement because when it says the majority of the game, they are not kidding around, because you have to beat more than half the missions and get more than half the assignments in the game. So yeah, that's impossible now for the Sentinel. But we can take our Quarian team member with us. We cannot take anyone else because we do need to have decryption. And only these three have decryption. And yeah, let's get back to where we were. So I sold all of the things that I didn't need anymore, so cleared the inventory. It turns out that we're in a pretty bad situation with regards to armors, because we have heavy Krogan armor, heavy human armor, medium Turian armor, which is okay, and light human armor, and that's it. We don't have any Quarian armor, and we haven't equipped Tali since the very beginning. So that's a bit of a problem. But hey, I got a level up, and we got Advanced Barrier. Increases the amount of damage barrier absorbs. Allows you to use barrier for a longer duration and more often. Excellent. Now Liara has nothing else that she can actually get. We could go for warp, so that it lasts longer, or barrier, or stasis. They're not really great for bots, either of them. Well, let's see, what will we get first? So it's 4 and 1, and so it's all the same. Yeah, I guess warp is going to be more useful. And Garrus continues his assault training. Okay. Now then, we have finished everything in Pharos, and we can go back. As usual, after missions, I'd like to return to the Citadel and see if there is anything new there. And since, like I said, we need to equip Tali, it's going to be very useful in certain situations. Definitely want to go back to the Citadel for shopping purposes. Besides, we have a whole lot of money. Need to spend it somewhere, and now is a good time because we still have some things that are worth buying at this point. So, let's go back to the Normandy.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects?
Oop. Yeah, some things are getting cut off, which is very strange.
The cipher shook me up a bit.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Well, sounds like a good plan. Anything that helps make the cipher more understandable and the whole Prothean message from the beacon.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. That was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Come on, get to the point. What did you see?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the Commander's mind is incomplete.
Oh, well, that's not good. That also doesn't really tell us what our enemies received from the beacon. Was it also damaged, or was it more intact at that point and it got damaged after transferring the information?
You sure you didn't come across any kind of clue or hint? Something we might have missed?
Everything I saw, you already know. You were right about the Reapers. The Protheans were destroyed by a race of sentient machines. I think it is obvious there is a connection between the Reapers, the Prothean extinction, and the Conduit, but I did not see anything that would help us find it.
Well, yeah, so now we know that the Reapers indeed destroyed the Protheans. Though what Conduit has to do with that, we still have no idea.
What's our next move?
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... Oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Another beacon. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it, I guess. But yes, Saren so far is one step ahead of us. He got everything that we investigated so far, and there's little stopping him right now. But we'll see what happens.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
Are you sure it was the joining? I feel fine.
Your role in our communion is passive. I am the one who must submerge myself in your mind, drown myself in your thoughts. It is more difficult than it looks. The human subconscious instinctively resists the joining, Commander. A strong personality like yours makes it even harder.
Mind melds. Alright.
We're done here. Dismissed.
I've sent off the Pharos report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogenius should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much...
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
Once again, we don't like to be second-minded, so...
The only reason to study a creature like that is to figure out how to kill it.
Yes, kill it. That's how you humans usually deal with things you don't understand.
The Thorian enslaved and killed innocent civilians.
Perhaps it's for the best then. At least the colony was saved.
Of course it was saved. Shepard would go to any lengths to help a human colony.
Being human had nothing to do with it. They were in trouble.
Admirable. But sometimes Spectres have to make sacrifices. I hope you're willing to do that when the time comes.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
Nice. Well, John is not one to make sacrifices. He is one to sacrifice himself, rather than have anyone else do that. Alright, so as I mentioned, we're heading back to the Citadel, but first I want to have Joker's input on this whole thing.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah, he doesn't actually tell us how he managed to fend off all the mutant zombies, but I suppose it went fairly well. And we're done here. Back to the Citadel we go.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, I'm glad you were in the area. We've got an emergency situation, and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
Oh man, more things from the Admiral.
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug. The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy, and the biotics are effectively using them as human shields.
Uh-oh. A hostage situation.
So if I shoot everything that moves, a lot of researchers are gonna die.
Exactly. A normal team could handle the biotics, but a lot of innocent researchers would die during the operation. That's why I contacted you. I'm hoping you can keep the casualties to a minimum.
I'll do everything within my power to bring those researchers back safely, Admiral.
I know you will, Commander. I'm sending you the station coordinates now. Fifth lead out.
Alright. So, more assignments. But still, we're going to the Citadel first. Alright. So, since we are going to the Citadel, I also read something about it on the Mass Effect wiki that I never knew was there, and I want to test how it works. So, we are going to take Tali, of course. So, just for reference, our usual team was like this, so it lacks a bit of tech strength, and it has a bit too much biotic strength. If we exchange this, we now have enough tech strength, but we are lacking a bit in combat strength. And
equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
And in the squad, let's first look what Tali's abilities are all about. So, like I said, we need decryption, because electronics is something that Liara has, so we don't need to bother with that. But we need all the decryption that we can get. Advanced sabotage, radius and strength of sabotage, hacking unlocked, and master sabotage, further increased radius and strength of sabotage. And that's all that we really need. So let's get hacking. AI hacking temporarily drives robotic enemies berserk, so they will attack anything nearby, including their former allies. This is amazing. It is one of the most satisfying things to use in the whole game. And, well, I think engineers start with that also, just like Tali, because she's kind of an engineer type. And yeah, it's very nice to use it. Unfortunately, our current class is not that, so we cannot use that directly. Let's also take basic armor. Shield boost restores a portion of your shields while you're under fire. And let's take marksman. Increases pistol damage and accuracy, reduces chance of overheating. Then I want to unlock damping also. Damping unlocked. Temporarily disables enemy biotics detected within a certain radius. Very useful. I don't really need first aid all that much, but since we can, let's unlock it. Poison Medical to all wounded squad members, restoring their health. And then I do want to get shotguns. Tali is quite unique in that she is an engineer type, but also has access to shotguns, and that is pretty nice. Also has Carnage that turns the next shotgun blast into an explosive ball of particles that can damage multiple enemies. We know how that works. Okay. Might as well get Advanced Overload since it's right there. And let's get all the Quarian Machinist, because that increases tech resistance and shield capacity by quite a lot. Which makes her, in comparison with regular engineers, really quite well on both health and shields. So we're not even lacking in combat that much, thanks to that and shotguns. Okay, now what else? I still have a whole lot of points and I still don't have much to invest them in. Sure, let's invest that in shotguns and basic armor. And damping, yeah, that's right, I need damping. It's one of the best things about this class. Where's the radius and strength of damping? And also hacking, I definitely want hacking. Hack will now work on more advanced robotic enemies and for a longer time. Let's max it out. Drives all but the toughest enemies berserk for an even longer time. Excellent. Okay, I do want to get master damping also. Further increase the radius and strength of damping. And finally, shotguns and basic armor. Shield boost, I don't know. Thinking that Carnage is probably a bit more useful for bots. There's damage done by blast. And sure, advanced shield boost. And 4 left, so we can put it all into shotguns. Further increase damage done and size of impact point. Excellent. And while we're here, we can also give things to Ashley. Soul training. Further reduces recharge time, so adrenaline bursts can be used more often. And there's master immunity. I can get Carnage, since why not? And yeah, get master immunity. Increase immunity's damage protection. I can get master shield boost. Yeah, that's a good idea. Restores even bigger portion of shield. And yeah, that's about all that I wanted, because I still want her to use assault rifles more than anything else. So I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'll just keep these points not distributed. So the assignment that we got: UNC besieged base. Biotic fanatics have taken over a medical station and drugged innocent researchers to serve as UN shields. Must eliminate the biotics while minimizing innocent casualties. Get to the medical base on Choi, located in the Kaku system in the Hades Gamma cluster. Eliminate the biotics while avoiding civilian casualties. Okay. So it's back to Hades Gamma. We'll certainly investigate that, and I also need to remove helmets. Cannot remove Tali's helmet, even if we would like that. And down we go. So we let's have the...
I've heard some humans are angry at the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. After all, you created the Geth.
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
Hopefully, having you with us fighting Saren will change people's minds.
Oh, nice. Some dialogue options that we haven't heard before. Yeah, so I do want to change the inventory of the bat, I do believe, so that I know exactly what is missing. And our first stop will be CSEC Academy itself. So let's go to equipment and see what Tali is missing. And basically she's missing everything because she still has the starting gear. And yeah, we don't have any armors, unfortunately. Now from Omnitools. Tech cooldown bonus is pretty good because she's using tech. Everything else then is not that useful, so Nexus it is. And I can omnigelize the blue wire tool. Then I might as well give... Oh, nice. Give all the good weapons to her. Sure, Kovodov, Volkov, and Karpov. And yeah, I guess you can take the Armageddon for now. And we can also equip something already. Sure, how about Inferno rounds? Kinetic coil. And... sure, frictionless materials it is. Also, did I change my grenades? Yes, good. So, even though Armageddon is pretty good as far as shotguns go, it still is not quite as good as Spectral Gear.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Oh, they have 10 gear. And yes, so shotguns. Yep, more damage, more shots before overheat, and better accuracy. I'll take it. And I mean, while I'm here, might as well also take the pistol. Oh, and we also have an Armageddon axe. So how does that compare? It even has more damage. It even has more shots before overheat, but lower accuracy. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Well, I might as well take it. We do have a lot of money. Oh, and the grenade upgrade. Excellent. Increase the maximum number of grenades. Next, the Medgel upgrade. Increase the maximum numbers of Medgel. Cost fabrication license. Ariaka Technologies license. And what else? So, human armors. Yeah. There's nothing all that great. I guess the Colossus 10, yeah, it's better than what I have. So I'll take it also. So all in all, pretty good. Tali can now equip the Master Gear shotgun. Yeah, this is pretty good also. So for more close quarters combat, it's better to use the Armageddon 10. And yeah, you can use the Spectrum Master Gear pistol also. Now then, I also want to equip myself with the Colossus 10. Oh, actually has a bit lower damage protection, but that is because it's light armor instead of medium armor. But that's good because it also has a lower penalty for firing when moving. And here I have... oh. That's pretty good. The Mercenary has more shields but less of everything else, so it's not that great. And the Predator is also not that good. Yeah, and let's homogenize things that we don't care about. Lancer, Storm, Kessler, and the Avenger. Yep. So far so good. Now let's go to the markets for more shopping.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Well, I'm glad it's working out for them. Not sure about the colonists, though. I might as well give Ashley some weapons also, while I'm at it. Like all these crossfires. Not the Armageddon 10, but this Armageddon works. And yeah, get Karpov, and get... Punisher? Yeah, that's actually better than Naginata. That's interesting. Yeah, so that's good. And we're going... first to the med clinic, because I could make use of some better regeneration mods.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Oh, no, she only has medical exoskeleton 8. I was hoping for a 10. Oh. I can at least get the Medigel that we just got an upgrade for. Alright, and now... well, we are in the end of our time, so how about we go to the Flux first, and we'll continue shopping next time.
Still can't believe that could happen out in the open like that.
Neither could he.
The CSEC agent said there has been an increase in violent crimes in this area lately.
Did he say why?
No, he kind of skirted the issue.
It's those damn humans, if you ask me.
They're not all bad, they're just different, mostly.
I don't like them. They all act like they've been living here forever. The Citadel is ours.
That's rude. Apparently.
This music is interesting. I wonder if I can find a copy to bring back to the flotilla.
If we weren't on duty, I'd have to show you some of my dance moves. So.
Oops, that's not what I want to do. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on. What about if I move a bit there?
A few of my people have visited here on their pilgrimage, but their descriptions of the wards hardly do them justice.
Yep. That's nice. I never knew that you could actually do that. Okay, well that's cool. But we have some context entries to read. So... Aliens, Council Races. Asari Military Doctrine. The Asari military resembles a collection of tribal warrior bands with no national structure. Each community organizes its own unit as the locals see fit, and elect a leader to command them. Units from populous cities are large and well equipped, while those from farm villages may be only a few women with small arms. There is no uniform, everyone wears what they like. The Asari military is not an irregular militia, however. Those who serve are full-time professionals. The average Asari huntress is in the maiden stage of her life and has devoted 20 to 30 years to studying the martial arts. Asari choose to be warriors at a young age, and their education from that point is dedicated to sharpening the mind and body for that sole purpose. When they retire, they possess an alarming proficiency for killing. Huntresses fight individually or in pairs, depending on the tactics preferred in their town. One-on-one, a huntress is practically unbeatable, possessing profound tactical insight, a hunter's eye, and a dancer's grace and alacrity. Biotics are common enough that some capability is a requirement to be trained as a huntress. Lack of biotic talent excludes a young Asari from military service. While fluid and mobile, Asari can stand up in a firestorm the way a Krogan, Turian, or human could. Since their units are small and typically lack heavy armor and support weapons, they're almost incapable of fighting a conventional war, particularly one of a defensive nature. So Asari units typically undertake special operations missions. Like an army of ninja, they are adept at ambush, infiltration, and assassination, demoralizing and defeating their enemies through intense, focused guerrilla strikes. As a popular Turian saying puts it, the Asari are the finest warriors in the galaxy. Fortunately, there are not many of them. Alright. Well, that's all for now, and next time, more shopping. See you then. Later.